So it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. I was just kind of taking my time this morning. I was enjoying having a day where I really didn't have to rush to do anything. Just killing some time on the interwebs. I know, Facebook, YouTube, all those things. And I decided where I wanted to go for a cemetery hunt. It's not really a hunt because I already know where it is. I've just never actually been there to explore, and I pass it all the time on the way to work. But the problem I was always having with this one in particular is that my windows. The problem I had with this particular cemetery was that I was always in a rush to get home from work. I was always in a rush to get to work. I never had the time to go and explore, and it's a well-known cemetery. It's our city cemetery, but like I said, I've just never had the opportunity to go out and explore. And it's a pretty big cemetery too. It's one of those ones that just goes on for miles and miles and miles, and acres and acres and acres, and I've just never had enough time to do what I wanted to do. Just take my time and go through it and just explore that area in general. But today I have time. Today I have off, and tomorrow I have off too, which is awesome because I'm not in a rush to do anything between today and tomorrow, which is awesome. I like having days where I don't have to wake up early. I don't have to be in a rush for anything or anybody, and I can just take my time. And I think everybody needs that every once in a while. Just kind of decompress and relax and just kind of visualize what you need to do for the week. And that's what I did today. I just kind of visualized my plans for the week. I have to work for certain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and maybe some of Sunday. I told them I can work Sunday morning if they needed me to, but the plan is to leave sometime Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, maybe 4, 5, or 6, just 6-ish, somewhere in that time frame. I plan to reserve my car rental as soon as I get my work schedule. That way I know I can, that way they can pick me up at a convenient time. So I'm hitting the highway now, so I'll see you guys when I get there. Before we go find the cemetery, I have one more very important stop to make.
Good afternoon. Thank you for choosing McDonald's.
Hi, can I get a small mocha frap, please?
Small mocha frappe.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's it?
214. Pull to the first window.
Thank you. So, as you can see, it's pretty large. I have to find a perfect place to park. Maybe I'll just park on the side. Oh man, it looks like they have something planned over here too. Maybe looks like they're prepping for a funeral, and I don't want to interrupt them. That's one of the things with this cemetery, is that I try to be as respectful as possible when it comes to cemeteries, and if they're prepping for a service, I don't want to interrupt them. I don't want to seem like I'm being intrusive, but it just looks like maybe they're just prepping. They're just setting out all the chairs, and they have the plot already dug up and the casket. But maybe if I just go to the other side of the cemetery, I might be able to explore that just a little bit without being too intrusive, because I don't want to seem rude. That's my fear. I don't want to seem rude or intrusive. I'm honestly curious about history and genealogy, and I don't want to come across as being rude or unkind, because that's not me at all. I love history and I love family research, and if they want me to leave, then I'll leave, no questions asked. That's not going to be an issue. But I think this place is big enough to where I can walk around and explore just a little bit and still be okay. Let me just find a spot away from them so it doesn't seem like I'm trying to interrupt their services. As usual, if you guys see or hear anything, let me know. I'll look into it. Looks like there's a mausoleum off that way, and it looks like there's one up here. So we're going to venture out that way first. I'll kind of keep my eye out because this place is absolutely beautiful. And it's a city cemetery, so it's well maintained beyond imagine. And it was Father's Day yesterday. So there's balloons and flowers and all kinds of memorabilia and trinkets left on some of these headstones. Oh, how beautiful. Look, wind chimes in the tree. I heard it when I was walking up. They must have loved wind chimes. Oh, that is so beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen wind chimes in a tree before. And look, that's a ladybug. It's a stained glass ladybug wind chime. That is so pretty. I love ladybugs and I love wind chimes. That is amazing. I love that United States Army headstone. That is so, so beautiful. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this plot over here is, but they've all got similar faces. Oh no! It's for babies. Oh my gosh, guys. This is for babies and infants. Oh. This is where it gets kind of iffy. Like, I'm not sure I want to do this or not because some of these are really recent and I don't want to seem disrespectful. But on the other hand, it's very beautiful, and it's very sweet, and it's very kind. And I'm so glad people take care and show respect to little babies like this. I may or may not walk all the way through. There's a lot of sadness over here. Like, you can feel it. There's a lot of emotion in this one section. And I didn't know what it was until I walked up and I saw all these little hearts on the headstones. They're shaped like hearts, and all the flowers on the same urns. And I didn't know what it was until I saw it was for children and babies and infants. And it says, an angel visited the green earth and took a flower away. Let's walk through here really quickly. If you look very carefully over there, where my finger is pointing, that's the hospital. I just heard music right behind me. Like, right behind me. Like, somebody was right behind me, or something was right behind me and had maybe like a radio going. At first I thought maybe a car drove by. I was playing music. The only car that I see is that one, and that's been there for a while, and nobody's in that car. This cemetery goes on forever, and I don't think I can walk the entire property in one day. That's a lot of walking, and it's really humid as it is. Oh, that's really pretty. Let's get in front of it. It's really pretty, and it's really hot and humid as well. That is so pretty. There's Masonic Lodge symbol on that one. And surprisingly not, to my surprise, his wife or spouse did not have an Eastern Star symbol by her. Normally you would find them side by side, a Masonic Lodge symbol and an Eastern Star. But she doesn't have one. Maybe they just couldn't afford to have two symbols. I don't know, but usually you would see them both side by side. My grandmother was an Eastern Star member, and I've heard all kinds of wild stories. That car that was just there just left. I think I'm going to head back to my car. It's hotter than it looks. This is the end of June in North Carolina, and it's sweltering. And it looks like it might storm again too. Not only that, but I think they're about to start a procession with their services. So I'm just going to make a quiet exit and just really hope I didn't interrupt anybody, because I would feel so bad.